I'm Grenade, and you're watching Downunder Derby TV.
I'm Susie from Sydney Derby Skates. We stock a wide range of products from all the best brands. Did you know that the Sydney Derby Skates website is up to date with stock levels and will only let you buy something if it's actually in stock? We pride ourselves on having awesome customer service and very quick delivery. Usually items are sent the very same day you place your order.
All right, folks, we're here for game number 4 of the day, the main event. Your hosts, Hawkesbury Area Roller Derbies, Kamikazes taking on Blue Mountains Roller Derby Leagues. 3 sisters lining up for the girls in green today. Your Kamikazes, we have Lightning, Ruthulu Rex, Butterscream, Sam Hain, Punky Brawlstar, Mina Bingle, Viola Roller, Foxy Fighter, Cold Ethel, Down Under Thunder, Lola Ebola, Matron of Pain, Surely Tremble, Apple Your Hair, and Betty Stopper. I said Foxy Fighter, she's on the bench along with their A, Toad Rage. They are, of course, going up against
the Blue Mountain Roller Derby League 3 sisters, Roxy Toxin, Dr. Hoo Hoo, Vicious Delicious, Blood Red Penny, Asylum Sam, Victoria Hitter, Ruby Bruisday, Annie Emergency, Ninja Rogers, and on the bench, Mischief Manager. So both teams from the very outer of Sydney. Do we call the Blue Mountains Sydney, Kahuna?
Blue Mountains is out of Sydney. I think Penrith is like
the cutoff mark?
Yeah, up the mountain, you're kind of in the Blue Mountains.
In the Blue Mountains?
Yeah.
So we're talking geography here for the people at home, for those who don't know the Sydney region.
As Sebastian is wont to do.
I love to talk geography.
So the 5x5 Roller Derby Championship, our footprint is large. From Blue Mountains to Newcastle to Wollongong to Canberra and everything in between, 5x5 Championship has you covered.
It is a giant sort of splattering of that region of New South Wales. Some great teams, some great history.
And 2 of them going at each other here. Ruthulu Rex for hard up against Victoria Hitter for Blue Mountains. Ruthulu Rex out. She's lead jammer for hard. Victoria Hitter out as well. About a quarter lap between them, but Ruthulu Rex in control so far.
So here's a question for you, Kahuna. Victoria Hitter, I take her name is from the beer Victoria Bitter.
I would assume so, yes.
VB, it's still around, isn't it?
It is.
That's a bit of explaining on the nomenclature there for our international viewers. Victoria Bitter, one of the more famous and yet one of the worst beers in Australia.
I don't mind a VB every now and then. But you can see her number as well, Sebastian, 375 mil.
Which is the can size in here in Australia.
Number 45 stepping up to the line for the 3 sisters. Ruby Bruisday up against Lightning for hard. Lightning top scored for the hard Kamikazes last round with 79 points. Big effort from her. So look for points in bunches from Lightning today as she forces her way through to lead jammer status. Roxy Tosin making her way to the box for Blue Mountains. Ruby Bruisday now out. A cavalcade of Kamikazes on her way to the box now. Only 2 left on the track. Lightning hit to the outside. Recycle to the back. And Lightning calling it off and not allowing any more points to go Blue Mountains' way. 4-2 to start here for Blue Mountains.
So Kahuna, important information. How are these teams going in the competition?
Neither team have won a game yet. So Blue Mountains have only played one. They had a bye in the first round. They played Inner West last round and didn't get the win. But hard, 0-2 so far in the first 2 rounds, looking for their first win today. Vicious Delicious, voted MVP for the Free Sisters last round, is the jammer, Punky Brawlstar, captain of the Kamikazes, now with a star. Vicious Delicious stalking her, hunting down her prey and catching up. Punky happy to let it go and call it off before any damage is done. Asylum Sam now jamming for the Free Sisters. Ruthulu Rex, sorry, once again for the Kamikazes.
Vegemite chocolate? Oh, I thought someone was bringing some. I'm trying to offload it because no one ate it.
So 4 apiece here, early on, low scoring games so far. Not a lot of points on offer.
Interesting to see if this will be a close game for the duration. The last 2 bouts have been tight.
Well, the last time these 2 teams met was at Eastern Region Roller Derby Smackdown, the annual tournament for the region. And it was a very close game. Hard coming out on top. I think it was maybe by 2 or 3 points only. So not a lot in it between these 2 teams. Of course, they are both down a number of skaters. Blue Mountains rolling out there with 9. They've played short all season. They've had a number of injuries. Hard right now playing without long-time mainstay in the team and an anchor on defense. Last year she was the 5x5 Battlegrounds blocker of the year. Apple your hair, not playing today for the Kamikazes. So both teams with a couple of losses, but definitely Kamikazes with a lot more numbers.
Indeed, Harder out there with 12 skaters against the 9 for the Blue Mountains. And of course, having 9 means you don't even have 2 packs on the bench.
It does make it incredibly difficult because each jam, someone is going to have to go back-to-back. Asylum Sam now with the star for the Free Sisters. Down Under Thunder jamming for hard. Not a lot of movement so far. Jam is stuck in the pack. Asylum Sam looking up the inside. Finally, Jam status her reward. Down Under Thunder still in the pack. So a full lap of the pack before Asylum Sam found lead jammer status. Down Under Thunder, no success yet. Two laps completed. Down Under Thunder still stuck. And finally out on a scoring pass. Asylum Sam looking for points with a fairly fluid pack here. Asylum Sam looking across, getting the call off. And only picking up 1 point.
Rithulu Rex up against Vicious Delicious. Penalty box is still clear. Score 5-5 after almost 7 minutes.
No, it's either... Usually when you have a very low scoring game, it's really strong defense, strong walls, impenetrable walls. Or it could be really bad offense. I'm not sure what we're seeing yet. We've got a lot of game left.
Indeed, the packs have been fairly fast, and as you said, quite fluid, not a lot of strong defence. But they're moving at such a pace that it's hard for the Jammers to score.
Rithulu Rex finding a way through. Once a beating Roxy Tosin. Roxy going out. Oh, and Rithulu Rex getting called for a cut. I'm pretty sure Roxy Tosin did pivot out, though. If I look, we've said it before. I'm not a referee, but I can tell you, if I was a benchy, I'd be looking for an OR on that one.
Still Vicious Delicious now gets to rejoin as Rithulu Rex goes to the box. The jam continues. 56 seconds remaining. No lead jammer. Looks like a star pass. Victoria Hitter. Not able to clear the pack yet. Not able to put the panty on. Now she's through. She's not lead jammer, of course.
Vic Hitter was the top scorer for the Three Sisters last round.
Well, she's leading up to a scoring pass now. The Rithulu Rex is back out there, clearing through the pack for 4 points. Victoria Hitter also through for 4. Clock is likely to run out before the next pass. Score is now 9-9.
It's a close one. Wouldn't it be awesome if it just stayed that way the whole way through? And we end up with like a 21-21 game.
Well,
I would love that.
We're scoring at about a point a minute at present.
Look, it wasn't long ago when roller derby first did start. It wasn't unusual to see low-scoring games from both teams. So whether it's a throwback, but Lightning here with some room to move. She's got lead jammer. The Ducks a big hit, gets through, 5-point pass. So Lightning opening up the scoreboard, keeping the operators a little bit busy. She adds 5 more to the hard tally. Blue Mountains still stuck in the pack. Initial pass, 5 more points. Lightning really starting to move now. Ruby Bruisday having a lot of trouble with the famed wall of ass from hard. I didn't come up with that phrase, Sebastian.
I know you didn't.
I didn't coin that at all. But 10-point lead opened up for hard here.
Looking to extend to more.
5 more on the board for Lightning as she gets through.
Only classed as 4 that pass.
4-point pass, sorry. Ruby Bruisday now out of the pack. I didn't see the no pass, no penalty call either, so it should have been a full 5. And 2 points in that final pass. So 16 points awarded to Hard in that one, and quickly opening up a gap on the scoreboard. There's our graph, Sebastian. Lots of 0-point jams in there to keep the scores low. Jam gets underway with Asylum Sam jamming for the Three Sisters. And Punky Brawl Star, she's jamming for hard. She's got lead jammer status.
Punky Brawl Star looks like she's teasing Asylum Sam. And now she calls it off.
There's a good shot of Mother Superior's back. Ruby Bruce Day jamming for the Three Sisters, pushing hard, but Rithulu Rex sneakily gets away through the lead jammer status for hard. Downunder Thunder taking Ruby Bruce Day to the line and out.
And forcing her to the back of the pack to rejoin.
So just like that, we said it was a very low-scoring game, but Hard have opened it up right now early in this game. 36 plays 9.
Vicious Delicious lining up against Lightning, looking to reverse that.
The Lightning had a huge 14-point jam only a few jams ago. She's looking to add to a tally here.
Both jammers launch themselves at the pack. Lightning out in front. 2 Blue Mountains remain. 1 Blue Mountains remain. Still 1 Blue Mountains. Drawn away from the pack. Lightning has lead jammer.
Vicious Delicious going with her, and Lightning calling it off in a very casual manner.
Viola Roller up against Asylum Sam. 15 minutes. And a timeout called by Blue Mountains.
So don't forget, folks, next round of 5x5, round number 4 is by Southside Derby Dolls. They're hosting out of the Whitlam Leisure Centre in Liverpool. First time 5x5 is in that area, so make sure you're out there in force. If you can't make it, of course, it will be streamed live here on Downunder Derby TV. Next week, May 29, Downunder Derby TV will be at Southside Derby Dolls Tri-Wizard Tournament live out of Hurstville. You'll see Southside's The Empire taking on Outcast Derby and Coffs Coast for the first time in Sydney. Coffs Harbour travelling down the Pacific Highway to play some derby. Then the next week, June, a long weekend, Quad Save the Queen is a tournament that will be played in Canberra. Some of your favourite teams from the area, including Sydney, Sydney's Assassins, Southside's The Force, Canberra are the hosts. They'll be there along with teams from WA in Western Australia Roller Derby, Perth Roller Derby, South Sea from Melbourne, Northside from Melbourne, Convict from Tasmania, and Richter City from New Zealand.
It's a massive tournament in the nation's capital to celebrate the Queen's birthday.
Right here on Downunder Derby TV, June, long weekend. 2 tracks streaming live all weekend. June 13, folks, mark it in your diary. Major event is Roller Derby Men's Team Smash, Sydney City Smash taking on the Capital Carnage from Canberra. Saturday 13th of June at Katoomba. Blue Mountains, the team you're seeing now, are hosting. They'll also be taking on the Rogue Scholars from Varsity Derby League as well. So big month of Roller Derby coming up.
So Blue Mountains still on 9 points. They haven't scored for 3-4 jabs.
There's some stifling defense from Hard, keeping them at bay. Whereas Hard pouring on the points right now. Star pass. Ginger Roger receiving the star. She's not a normal jammer, but she gladly takes it to get out of the pack. Viola Roller jamming for the first time today for Hard.
And it comes out as Michael Jackson.
A big tumble there at the pack. Ginger Roger holding the star goes down. With Loli Bowler. And Viola Roller finding daylight but closed quickly by Roxy Tosin.
So Hard creeping away now up to 45-9.
Holding Blue Mountains scoreless for some time now.
And for the mathematicians, Hard are now leading by 5 times the score of Blue Mountains. I like math even more than I like geography, Kahuna.
You're a mathemagician. Vic Hitter, however, she's got lead jammer for Blue Mountains and a chance here to move the scoreboard. So 3 points added to the tally for Hard. Vic Hitter grabbing 3 as well. Going point for point, but at least they're up to 12 now. 48 plays 12.
And Hard are only 4 times the score of the Blue Mountains.
Let's see how long Sebastian can keep that up.
I'm not going to do fractions.
Lightning with the star now for the Kamikaze. She's through for lead jammer status. And Ruby Bruceday going with her. I like you can see on Ruby Bruceday's uniform that at number 45 is like to the left aligned. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Because it used to say 45 RPM, but with the new WFTD rules coming in December, you know, they're getting rid of the letters, so she's removed that and now just has a wonky 45. But WFTDA rules state you can still have the little letters there. They just have to be under a certain size. So, and of course, 5x5 is not a WFTDA sanctioned event. Although we do play by WFTDA rules. Vicious Delicious with the star now for the Three Sisters. Punky Brawl Star jamming for Hard. just bulldozing her way through to lead jammer status.
Oh, she totally hit him. That's a misconduct. Totally smashed
1
the
point to hard takes them to the half century.
It's on purpose. It's facing the other way.
Harder now 4 1/6 time the score of the Blue Mountains.
Well done. Thulu Rex out, lead jammer for hard. Taken to the outside by Ruby Bruisday in a good hip check. Silent Sam now out of the pack. She's on a scoring pass.
Through the Rex, last line of defence has made it past. Clean 4 points. Harder now 4.5 times the score of the Blue Mountains.
Pretty sure half is a fraction.
4.5 times the score of the Blue Mountains.
He's quick, folks. He's quick. Vic Hitter. Sebastian's quick, but not as quick as Vic Hitter. She's got lead jammer status for the Three Sisters. Lightning, first time today without that Lel.
And I would love to see the Blue Mountains get a big score here. I'd like to see them crime that deficit back before half time. They're down by 32 points.
So you want to see it be less than the 4.5 times?
I'd love to see it less than 4.5 times.
And they nab 4 points there, 4-0. Clean jam from Blue Mountains.
Well, they're now only 3.5 times behind. 3.5.
That's less than 4.5.
It is less than 4.5. 3.5 is a good going.
Getting there.
Well, 3.5 for the fans of Decimal.
Ruby Bruisday pushing hard for the Three Sisters. Literally. Downunder Thunder makes her way to the box. One to beat in Shorley Tremble. Sorry, that's Cold Ethel, I apologize. But Punky Brawlstar out in front. Ruby Bruisday is on a scoring pass here. Oh no, she's not, sorry. Lead jammer awarded to Punky Brawlstar. I thought Ruby had already got out, but no.
She's caught
still
behind.
initial.
She's tried to call off the jam, even though she's not lead jammer.
That's only her initial pass. Hard doing a good job of keeping her at bay for a long time here. So 6 minutes left in this first half. 6 minutes until Sebastian's Lounge. It's happening, folks. Half time. Kajila sold separately. Sebastian having a chat about all the issues in roller derby.
Well, maybe not all the issues. I have limited
Some of
time.
the issues in roller derby. At least one issue in roller derby.
At least one.
At least one. That's less than 4.5.
1.5 issues, maybe.
So official timeout is in play. I believe it's to check on some scores. .54 still plays 16. Hard in control early in this game. 5 minutes left before Oranges. Three Sisters going to need something special into the second half here. Vicious Delicious was very effective in the last round. Vic hit her top scoring. They're going to want a little bit more out of their jammer core here. Very different lineup than what we used to in the last couple. Or last couple seasons anyway. The likes of Rapidash, the likes of Rapunzel, no longer seen here. A new generation of Three Sisters, headlined here by Vicious Delicious. She's got lead jammer. So clock ticks under the 5-minute mark here. 54-20. Hard still in control. Asylum Sam looking to reverse the fortunes of her Three Sisters here. Lightning, a formidable opponent for the Kamikazes. Lightning gives a shove to her teammate to put Asylum Sam out. Didn't work. Asylum Sam, I called for a track cut. So she's on her way to the box. Lead jammer and a power jam for Lightning. Look for her to extend the lead here. 54-20. Lots of points coming up. If Lightning can stay clean, because this Blue Mountains pack is spread out. A back block called. Lightning, just as I said, if she can stay clean. I keep jinxing these people. I'm sorry, folks, if you're a hard fan. I put the mock on her. Lightning in the box now. A lot of speed coming into that pack. Didn't take off enough and went straight into the back of the opposition. Silent Sam back on the track. Power jam reversed here to the Three Sisters. Silent Sam out now. That was only her initial. Lightning back in the pack and making some moves. Both jammers held up by some good defense. Roxy Tosin, Ginger Ronjard, and Dr. Hoo Hoo teaming up well in a train formation there. A sausage wall. Silent Sam taken down at the back. Betty Stopper playing some good defense. Pack spreads out. A quarter of the track taken up. Roxy Tosin, last line of defense. And Lightning getting through. 5 points offered for Asylum Sam. 3 points for Lightning. So 5-3 to Blue Mountains there. Only about 2.2 points in it, I'd say. 2.2 times now from the 4.5 Sebastian had earlier. Official timeout in play again. This one called by the Three Sisters. Mischief managed. Wanting to discuss something. But don't forget, folks, to stay up to date with everything 5x5, head on over to 5x5derby.com. You can always get your tickets through there. You can enter your tips for the tipping comp. Find all the score recaps and results. And coming very soon, we haven't got it yet. Statistics have been slow, but I promise you we will have at some point the Jammer leaderboards coming up as well. Next round of 5x5 will be at the Whitlam Leisure Centre in Liverpool, hosted by the Southside Derby Dolls. Sitting on top of the ladder of the Armageddon division. They are excited to have everyone in their new home at Whitlam Leisure Centre in Liverpool. Southwest is still technically the south side, I guess, but they have the bye this round, so look out for a big game, a big round of games coming at you from 5x5 round 4. But before then, May 29, Southside Derby Dolls host the Tri-Wizard Tournament out of Hurstville. 3 games, 3 teams, Outcast Derby, Coffs Coast for the first time ever in Sydney. And then, of course, the hosts, Southside Derby Dolls, the Empire, Southside's B team. Let's take a quick look at the penalties in this official timeout. Nothing coming up, okay. So no penalties for hard, doesn't seem accurate. And none for Blue Mountain. So clearly we won't switch to that again. But we can check out points per jam. Fairly quiet periods from the Three Sisters there. And a couple of big jams from hard. Yeah, clearly this isn't accurate. This is not accurate at all, because according to this, 7, 10, 14, 28, 33 points for hard.
Are you,
I'm
are you
looking at
saying that
Scoreboard,
Joe?
this is 57, 25.
Are you saying that Joe Hockey has been playing with their bout figures? Is that how he's made them balance?
It's always Joe Hockey.
Well, there's a hole there. I can see it.
It's always Joe Hockey. Yeah,
It's a
so
Joe
that's a few
Hockey-sized
jams
hole.
behind at least, I'd say. And we don't have the penalty display this game, unfortunately.
So currently Harder leading by 2 and 1/12.
2 and 1/12.
2 and 1/12. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I apologize. My math is out of it. I was looking at the wrong numbers. 2 and 7/25 it is. I was completely out of whack.
2 and 27.
2 and 7/25.
Okay.
I was completely wrong before. I blame the public school system in
7/25.
Australia.
Okay.
So if I went to private school, I'd have an Apple Watch, and I'd be able to do the math.
Ah, right. You paid someone to do your maths.
Someone do my math.
You don't need maths to see that that's 5 points for Viola, Roller, and Hard. When I say you don't need maths, it's because the jammer ref is signaling a hand in the air, 5 in the sky, as they like to say. Victoria Hitter now out. She's on a scoring pass. Viola, Roller looking for more.
I don't think you should encourage our listeners that they don't need math. We do need math. More people need math.
What do I need maths for?
Because you knew that was 5. Otherwise, you'd think he's just doing jazz hands.
Yeah, he's just he's waving very slowly. 63-25. Probably the last game of the half here before we throw to Sebastian's Lounge coming up. So don't go anywhere, folks. Sebastian's Lounge coming at you very shortly. Ruby Bruisday, however, with some time before then, she's jamming for Three Sisters, and Ruthulu Rex jamming for Hard. Hit to the inside. Good track awareness to see that Ginger Roger had gone out in the hit and keeps on skating to lead jammer status. Thulu Rex approaching. Oh, top skip and a jump. Apex, man, do you jump it? Yes, she does. And we go into halftime with Hard in control, 67 to 27, 40 points in it. That's my maths. We're going to throw to Sebastian's Lounge very shortly, folks, so stay tuned for our halftime entertainment.
Hi, I'm Susie from Sydney Derby Skates. We stock a wide range of products from all the best brands. Did you know that the Sydney Derby Skates website is up to date with stock levels and will only let you buy something if it's actually in stock? We pride ourselves on having awesome customer service and very quick delivery. Usually items are sent the very same day you place your order.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley!
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
So we're back now for the second half. Hawkesbury versus the Blue Mountains. Hawkesbury 40-point lead after a very slow start from both teams where we were 9 apiece after 9 minutes. The teams are lining up. There'll be a gear check very soon, which, as I said earlier, is one of my favorite parts of the game. I love the tension of the gear check. I love the intensity, the focus, the build-up, getting ready to launch into action. It's the calm before the storm. That's what the gear check is.
Is the helmet there? Is it tied tight enough?
The mouth
Elbow
guard.
pads.
Mouth guard.
Mouth guard. So intense.
It is. It's the calm. They're waiting. They've got to go through this. It's like the labour pains before the birth. You're building up to something.
I got bad news for you, Sebastian. The gear check might be done and dusted in roller derby.
I have heard that,
Yeah.
and I am
5x5, keeping it strong. I want to make sure our skaters are safe and still doing the ritual of the gear check. Half number 2 here, about to get underway. 40 points in it. Hard 67. Blue Mountains 27. Ruthulu Rex jamming for the Kamikazes in green. And she finds lead jammer status for Kamikazes. Vicious Delicious hops through to her scoring pass. 3/4 of a lap, or half a lap behind Ruthuli Rex. Oh, big hit out. Ginger Roger takes out Rex. Hits it to the outside. Were there points?
1 point.
1 point on offer. Rexy will take that, I'm sure. Extends the lead, 41. 3.33 times now, Sebastian. 3 times in a third. Oh no, more than that, sorry. They added the points on just then, so.
I think you should leave the math to me, Kahuna.
Yeah, let's do that. I was well off actually, now that I think about it. It's not even 3 times. It's like 2.5 or something. Anyway, Ruby Bruisday doesn't need my math. She's out on her scoring pass, but Lightning is lead. She's picking out points now. Oh, skates along the outside line ever so close, and 4 points for her efforts. Lightning adding to the tally, extending the lead back to that 40-point barrier. 41 points in it now. Sorry, 45 points in it now. Vic hitter jamming for Blue Mountains. She's got lead jammer status for the Free Sisters. Punky Brawl Star absorbs a hit from Roxy. Roxy comes back for more. Punky happy to take them. And finally hit to the inside, but Roxy Tosin called for out of play. Vic hitter hits to the outside, calls it off. 4 points added for the Free Sisters. So Blue Mountain's still pesky and still hanging around. 40 points is not a lot. I mean, it seems like a lot when you're on 31, but they're still within striking distance, and Hard haven't yet, in the second half of that first period, been able to put them to the sword properly.
Well, we've had the half time. Everyone's rethought, regrouped, replanned, so expect something special from the Blue Mountains.
Your home team, of course, Hard, Kamikaze, Ruthulu Rex. She's lead jammer now. Shirley Tremble taking Ruby Bruisday out here on the turn where we're sitting. No points for Blue Mountains as it gets called off by the Kamikazes. We've got some penalties now from halftime there, Sebastian. And at halftime, Minor Bingle was sitting on 4 for the Kamikazes. We'll have a look at Blue Mountains in the next free moment. Not a lot of trouble there for the Free Sisters. Roxy Tosin on 3. I know she just picked up 1 in the second half here, so 4 penalties now for Roxy. That could be a concern with only 9 players. But Blue Mountain's fairly clean skaters, showing Vicious Delicious just now how clean. She gets 3 for lead, through for lead jammer. Lightning. You can see the hands extend, the back block, the shove down. And she spends a minute, 30 seconds in the penalty box to think about her actions. Big chance here for Vicious Delicious. Lead jammer with a power jam. 5 points already.
They're only calling that 4.
4 points. I'm not a referee, Sebastian. But I thought when you pass 5 people, including the penalty box, that you get 5 points.
I'm going to check the math on that on my phone.
Vicious Delicious calling it off. But Lightning was standing and out.
But a full 5 points for that pass gives them 9 points for the jam.
I must have missed something. Which is not unreasonable to think.
You haven't been to referee school, have you?
It's true. It's true. They're like, this is how you wear stripes.
This is how you smell up a room. And the all-important whistle blowing.
It's tough. While skating.
So Blue Mountains lead jammer again.
Hart's jammer is in the box, so it is a power jam for Ruby Bruisday here.
She's had a good first pass, a good 5 points. I almost thought she was going to go low then and go under the arms.
No, hit out though to the back and calling it off when Viola Roller was back on track, but on her initial, so maybe some points go begging there, but 45 plays 76. And Vic Hitter stepping up to the line to continue the last couple of jams momentum going the Three Sisters' way. We've seen it all day today, Sebastian. Momentum swings back and forth. It's like a pendulum. And right now, it feels like, anyway, Hart are going to need to put a stop to it, but it feels like the last couple of jams are Blue Mountains, and they start this one with a power jam also for Vic Hitter.
Indeed, they've had 8-0, 9-0 the jam before that. It's a power jam now. Let's see if they can take control. Well, they've made it through, so it's going to be a scoring pass. Still a power jam.
So 5 points already. Vic Hitter looking for more. Viola Roller back on track. Still not yet completing her initial. Let's see what Blue Mountains defense can do to aid Victoria Hitter getting through here by keeping Viola Roller at bay. Roxy Tosin, one of the most experienced blockers in the division here, causing some headaches, but finally letting it go. Vic Hitter getting through. Cold Ether beat. There's 4 more. Big jam from Blue Mountains.
Excellent jam for the Blue Mountains there.
So 24 points in it now. Sorry, 23 points in it.
53, of course, the number of Herbie the Lovebug in the Disney movies.
Also known as Ocho. Because in one of them, the little Latino kid called Herbie Ocho because 5 + 3 = 8. That's the one Herbie movie I remember. I don't know if that was Goes Bananas or whatever. 5 points for Ruthulu Rex and the hard hitting back after a couple of jams going Blue Mountain's way. But Asylum Sam now out. She's looking to limit the damage here. 1 pass already for hard. Ruthulu Rex going down and calling it off. Lots of sprawling out there. No one called for a low block. Interesting. But good track awareness and presence of mind from Ruthulu Rex to call it off. So less than 30 points in it now. 29 the difference.
Do you think our jam referees hipsters?
What?
You think they're hipsters? I could smell coffee on them before, and they've got beards and they have some sort of fancy mustaches.
Yeah, sure.
They're dressed unusually.
They like a fringe sport.
They like a fringe sport. We've got hipsters out there. Derby's not cool anymore.
We're making it cool, Sebastian. When people like me and you were involved, it has to be cool.
'Cause I'm sure I saw some gluten-free baking goods over there as well. That's very hipster.
Lightning, not a hipster. She's got lead jammer status. Fish Delicious, maybe a hipster. Who knows? She's going with her. 4 points for Lightning. And 0 points for the Free Sisters. So hard answer back with a good couple of jams. It's really interesting, Sebastian, in the game of roller derby, how often you don't see a back and forth from jam to jam. Usually a team's able to, for whatever reason, able to string 2 or 3 together at a time. Then maybe the other team has a couple, but not often is it 1, 1, 1, 1. It's usually a couple here, a couple there, and they get on these mini rolls.
I wonder if I can get a sort of grant to study that.
I'm sure, I mean, some of the grants that they give out for stuff these days, it's going to be a lot worse out there.
There's a grant for that. I'll associate it to women's sport.
Yep. Maths.
Maths?
Science.
Oh, math. Not sure there's a lot of real science.
I mean, well, there's momentum and force and
well,
physics.
I can do the physics, obviously, about going around. And
Yep.
we saw some excellent physics before with Fisticuffs. He was going too fast to take the corner.
Also, some physics displayed when Fisticuffs runs into Gajilla sold separately.
Yes, the
Does not go anywhere.
something about unstoppable object, immovable force, whatever it is.
Right. One of the objects got stopped.
And it was feisty. Oh, we're under official timeout here now.
So a big thank you to sponsors of the Downunder Derby TV stream, Sydney Derby Skates, sydneyderbyskates.com for all your skating needs. And of course to Costumes by Kerry. She's a sponsor of Confessions of a Derby Girl, one of the segments here on Downunder Derby TV. On hiatus this round, but we'll be back now next round, no doubt. Ruby Bruisday hitting Viola Roller out on the outside there. Some good jammer and jammer, but runs into that hard wall, finding no love.
Well, good work by the Blue Mountains. They have 2 blockers in the penalty box and still manage to take control of that jam.
So lead jammer to Blue Mountains via Ruby Bruisday. Only 33 points in it.
And a good 4 points there for the Blue Mountains. Calling it off, trying to stop Hawkesbury from scoring. And indeed she does. Timeout called by the Kamikazes.
So penalties, not sure if that's updated, folks. I will check for you. Definitely not updated because Roxy Toson's sitting on 5, I believe. It's not So only 29 points in it now. Blue Mountains hanging around. Hard, just not able to put it away.
Indeed, the distance is not, the gap is not increasing or really decreasing at this point in time. And have a look at the 2 teams during this timeout. The Kamikazes are all in a huddle over there discussing it, whereas the Blue Mountains are separate. They're not really planning anything for the future.
Well, the next pack taken to the track, they're obviously discussing their immediate strategy. But one thing we've seen, at least in the last couple of games, Sebastian, is that 30, if you can't put a team away and really sort of get the knife in there. Let them hang around that 30-point mark. You leave yourself vulnerable.
Indeed, we've seen the big jams. We've had many 19-point jams today.
Absolutely. So Northern Beaches held Central Coast to about a 30-point lead. Didn't extend too much. About 30 points for a good portion of the match. As the tail end of the game came through, they started losing players to penalties. They started fouling out. They started leaving themselves open to attack. Central Coast coming over the top. We saw in that last one, Newcastle did get out to a strong lead, let Sydney back in, taking the lead back. They eventually came over the top, but it shows you how vulnerable you are. When you've got a team on the ropes, you need to put them away. You've got the momentum, you've got the players, you've got the lead. Obviously, you did something right to get you to that point. They need to continue it if they want to establish themselves. So we do have an updated penalty board here now. Minor Bingle sitting on 5 for the Kamikazes. The only one really close to trouble there for the Kamikazes. But lots of a good penalty spread across and a fairly good spread of penalties as well. Lots of track cuts for the Jammers as would be expected. But as far as Blue Mountains goes, Roxy Tosin with 5. We still have 18 minutes left, and she is a key part of their team. And when you're rolling with 9, losing 1, especially 1, the caliber of Roxy Tosin, it will not put them in a good spot. So they're already down by 30. They need to do something special here and make sure Roxy stays on the track.
And in looking at the stats there, Harder sitting at about an average of 2 penalties per skater. Blue Mountains on about 1.9.
It's a very small difference. It's fairly even is what you're saying.
Well, you can say that. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I can just give you the numbers. Kahuna.
You're good with that, Sebastian. It's a very spread out scoring there.
So it looks like the official timeout is coming to a conclusion. Oh no, looks like another timeout being called here. One of the NSOs from the side.
No, she's a benchy for
She's
Blue
a
Mountains.
benchy, but she was signaling for an official timeout.
Yeah, I think she's in her NSO mode that she usually does. Mischief Managed is usually an NSO in the roller derby community, but today...
I think it's very important that they don't confuse the commentators.
Mm.
We're simple people.
We are, indeed. Maths have shown that it's not my forte.
We're not referees.
We're not referees. We've established that, I think. People know now that it is, in fact, true that we aren't referees.
We're not referees.
I do have 2 eyes, though. And sometimes they see things a little bit differently. They don't work that well, granted. I do wear thick glasses and still...
But you're seeing it from the Kahuna's perspective, not from the referee's perspective.
That's true. They are up close in the action.
In the same way that I don't understand the decisions of the current government is because I'm not seeing it from their perspective.
Topical. They say 2 things that you shouldn't talk about, politics and religion. Sebastian loves politics.
And I hate religion.
No topic taboo here on the stream.
That's true. So apparently there's a little bit of a problem there with the official scoreboard and timeouts and timing. So it's all been reset, all been corrected.
Score stays the same, though.
And the game is back underway.
Hard still in the lead. I'm sure that's what counts to them. 18 minutes left, or 17:45 to be exact, if you want to use maths again.
Now, notice you could pronounce the Hawkesbury Area Roller Derby as hard. How would you pronounce the Blue Mountains Roller Derby League as a word?
Bemyrtle.
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 So Bemyrtle have lead jammer now via Vic Hitter. Yeah, it's Bemyrtle, because I know if you ask Agilosol separately, who was on Sebastian's Lounge, she calls Newcastle Roller Derby League Nurdle.
Nurdle.
She calls Sydney Sertle.
Sertle.
So Blue Mountains would be
Bemyrtle.
Bemyrtle.
I'm tempted to call them Blue Myrtle.
Blue Myrtle. It might get banned on TV though in certain states. If anyone is watching and is under 30, did not get that reference whatsoever. So both teams going 5 for 5 there at the 5x5, funnily enough. 91-62. Scores creep up, difference stays the same. Asylum Sam now jamming for Blue Mountains or Blue Myrtle up against Hard's Punky Brawl Star. Punky pushing her way through. She's got lead jammer for the Kamikazes. Asylum Sam getting through on a scoring pass now. Downunder Thunder, long way out in front. Gets the out of play call and lets her go. Punky Brawl Star picking up 3 and calling it off. This time getting a differential on the board, extending it out to 94-62. 32 points in it now.
Vicious Delicious lining up against Lightning. Penalty box is clear. Blue Mountain still 32 points behind. They need to find some momentum. But there goes Lightning for Hard, taking control of the jam again.
Yeah, lead jammer status award. Vicious Delicious in a battle with Betty Stopper on the outside there.
And now we have Lightning on her scoring pass.
Not Betty Stopper, sorry, that was Minor Bingle, apologies.
And there she scored the 4 cleanly.
So again, Hard stringing together a couple of jams here, extending the lead out. 37 only, 14 minutes left in this game. Hard, or both teams really, in search of their first win.
Hard now at the very top of the nervous 90s.
They got 99 problems, but points ain't won right now.
Victoria Hitter was almost through the inside, but forced out of bounds.
Ruthulu Rex busting through for lead jammer status.
So once again, control is with Hard. And Bemyrtle playing catch up.
Blue Mountains accelerate the pack, trying to stay in front and not give up points, or at least give up some time for Vic Hitter to grab a couple. 0 points each.
But great
Vic Hitter looking to steal a couple.
But great defensive work there from the Blue Mountains, taking out Ruthulu Rex.
Yeah, their pack doing the job for him right there.
Maybe this will be the point we've been waiting for. Maybe this will be the turning ground. Maybe that big block will see them come back.
Well, with 37 points in it, time ticking away. Blue Mountains want to make a move now. We've seen it happen before, Sebastian, where we talk about the comeback, the little waves that a team will run, and it's emotion, it's adrenaline, it's all these sorts of things. We saw in the last one that Sydney made their comeback. They tried so hard and maybe, just maybe, didn't time it quite right. And once they got over the top, it wasn't at the end of the game. It was with enough time for Newcastle to sneak back in. So maybe that's what Blue Mountains are doing now, timing it just so they get their peak right at the end of the game.
So you think their game plan is in the remaining 5 minutes to take the lead?
I don't know if it's a conscious thing. I think it's just kind of, you see it sometimes, that you struggle and you scrape and you work so hard to claw back the score that once you have the lead, the adrenaline dumps. And then the team that gave away the lead can often come back a little bit. And oftentimes that's at the end of a game.
Well, we've had the medics have been called. There's been an injury.
It's on the Blue Mountain side, or they go on the far side. No, they make their way to the hard bench area. Hasn't affected the game. They are off track, but let's hope that the injury we're being treated isn't too serious.
So today's injury encounter involves
A broken collar,
a broken collarbone
scapula,
and a dislocated kneecap.
dislocated kneecap. Dr. Sebastian would have called it a scapula, the collarbone. Now Dr. BK's in the house now.
You're impressing me here with your Latin.
Oh, big hit on Lightning. Calls it off from the ground. There's some vicious hips there. Taking her out. But extending their lead. 39 points in it now.
Up to 43.
Oh, sorry, 43. I'm always that one step ahead of the scorekeepers. Serelle roller jamming for hard. Drag to the back. Asylum Sam waiting patiently in the box. Finally released. And Blue Mountain's doing a good job of killing this power jam. No lead jammer awarded as yet. So full 30 seconds wiped off. And Asylum Sam picking up another track car. Lola Ebola doing the work. And getting the team, setting up a team for success here. 43 unit Viola Roller, lead jammer with the power jam. Hit to the outside. Ginger Roger taken out. Avoiding the soul crush by Blue Mountains. Good track awareness from the Kamikazes. This team has grown so much in the last 18 months. And a lot of that's because they've had a solid rotation. Viola Roller on her way to the box, but seeing what the team can do as far as coming together. If you saw this team in the first season of 5x5, they had 300, 400 point losses. But what they're doing today, it's a different division, we know, but they're just gelling and they're coming together and doing some really impressive things. Especially after some losses in the off-season. Blue Mountains have always been potent in attack, having to restructure, refocus, and bring up some new skaters into their lineups here. Asylum Sam did play last year, but getting a spotlight this year and a lot of responsibility in the light of some changes.
So an
So
injury
there's
update.
5 points for Blue Mountains.
Injury update there. Kahuna Rathulu Rex took a solid blow to the head. She's having a concussion check over on the sidelines from the medical team.
Rathulu Rex having a blinder of a game so far. Let's hope that's not the last we'll see of her. We did get a comment about the refs, Sebastian. Someone said, don't shit on the refs. And that you'd smell too after 4 games. We would. I smell after like just sitting here watching 4 games. So I know the refs are awesome and do their job well. That's Minor Bingle jamming for hard. Ruby Bruisday with the star for Blue Mountains.
Now, I understand the referee would smell after 4 games, but this smelled before the games had been on. This was my question. They were just unpacking their gear.
Oh, they probably left it in from training, last night or something. No, we're big fans of officials here, aren't we, Sebastian? Like I said, we're not referees.
Exactly, and that's why we say we're not referees, because we do respect the referees and the hard work they do.
And they definitely can do a lot more than we can.
No. The referees in every sport have a hard job. It's impossible to be 100% correct.
Although having said that, have you ever given a referee a microphone and get them to talk?
Yes.
It's not pretty.
It's they're good at what they do, and that's what they should do.
Yeah, and that's why we're not referees, because we're not good at that. We're good at this.
I'm not sure why they gave me a microphone.
So Ruby Bruisday still on the track. And a big takedown from Butterscream. Minor Bingle. She's jamming for hard. 9-4 jam for Blue Mountains so far. And another big hit. Butterscream just having a way with the smaller Ruby Bruisday.
Ruby Bruisday is knocked down, forced to the back of the pack. Knocked down, forced to the back of the pack. Time runs out. It's official review being called by the Blue Mountains. So 34-point deficit. We're seeing that deficit remain unchanged, as we've said before. It's not really increasing or decreasing.
It'll creep up a little bit. It'll come down a little bit. But generally, it's staying around the same 30-point mark. But time is not staying the same. That is ticking away. And right now, 6 minutes left in this game. Probably the biggest enemy of the Free Sisters, from Blue Myrtle. Like I said, maybe they are timing. If they have any hope of coming back in this game, they need to make a move now. Time is running out.
We always knew it was going to be tricky for them. They only have 9 on the bench, which means that someone is doubling up
each jam.
Between jams. That's going to wear you down in a full contact sport, a cardio intensive sport like roller derby. So Blue Mountains calling the official review. They think that some of the blocks were not legal, and they're wondering why they weren't called. Rafulu Rex still sitting with the medical team, having her noggin, which I believe is a technical term like scapula, having her noggin examined.
Dr. Sebastian once again with the prognosis.
Using my Latin.
Her noggin is Latin.
Latin for head, in case you lost track of my conversation.
Et tu noggin. Carpe noggin. Seize the head. I prefer carpe mammarium.
Live for the head. Live for the that's so. I had that the other night at an Italian restaurant.
Was it nice?
A bit creamy for my taste, but
okay.
it was all right.
So a lot of talk in the middle there. Head referee, ref, and Atrix hearing them out. We should get a mic in there.
Well, when we get the drone, we'll be able to do that. The drone will be able
soon.
to hover over that, and we'll turn the mic on. And I'm so looking forward to our drone. I'm disappointed we haven't already got GoPro on out there.
It's true. We should be using the full technology. It is 2015.
We need a tech sponsor.
Google, come sponsor us.
Google should sponsor us.
Or maybe Bing. This broadcast brought to you by Bing.
Netscape.
Netscape Navigator.
That's another joke that the under 30s won't get.
Alta Vista. Vicious Delicious is the lead jammer for Blue Mountains. Lightning stalking her though. Stride for stride, closing the gap. Finding one at the back there in Loli Bowler. Vicious Delicious happy to call it off. She'll take the point.
Only 1 point to the Blue Mountain. That's a long way to crawl back a 33-point deficit when you only have 5.5 minutes remaining.
They need to do it 33 times, and
Yeah.
there's just not enough time left for that.
33 jams in 5.5 minutes, not going to happen.
So that doesn't, I don't think that happens in a half.
What if I had a TARDIS?
Well, look, we're only up to jam 19 in this second half, so if you had the TARDIS, could be done. It's bigger on the inside.
So I've heard. Well, Blue Mountain's taking lead jammer again. This is the second jam in a row. So maybe we are seeing that 5-minute comeback we were talking about.
Victoria Hitter hoping that's the case. She's got lead jammer.
I'm beginning to think you're somewhat like Nostradamus.
If you watch enough of this game, you kind of pick up on these things. But Vic Hitter here. I am sitting on top of the tipping table, by the way. The 5x5 tipping comp. I am in #1 spot.
How can I join this 5x5 tipping comp?
Funny you should mention that. You just go to 5x5derby.com and click on Enter Tipping Comp. Vic Hitter carving him up right now.
She goes down, but she doesn't want to call off the jam.
There's 5 more points.
They're doing what we talked about earlier. When you've got control, take a long jam and see if you can outscore your opponent.
Well, Roller still held up in this pack. Defense doing all the work right now. Still 45 seconds for Vic Hitter to put some points up.
But the blockers doing great, have taken hard out of bounds, back to the pack. She's limping. She's looking sore. So this is fantastic work by the Blue Mountains, taking the jammer down again.
There's 5 again for Vic Hitter. 18 points separating them now. Victoria Hitter, 4 points, sorry. So 14-point jam so far.
Meanwhile,
5 seconds left, looking for more.
Viola Roller knocked to the inside again. Victoria Hitter's around.
There's 5 more
Another
as
5.
the jam comes to a close.
A timeout being called by the Blue Mountains. They've got to be happy with that.
Only 14 points in it now, Sebastian. 3 minutes left on the clock. Blue Mountains with as many points as people have Luftballons.
Do you happen to know what Luftballons means in English?
Doesn't mean air balloons?
It does mean air balloons, even though the song is Red Balloons. The title is called 99 Air Balloons.
Luft. So 14 points in it, 3 minutes 14 left on the clock. If you like the maths puns that we've been throwing out, that's pi. Everyone loves pi.
Where's pi?
314.
314. 3.14152769. I don't know what it is.
I'll stick with 3.14.
22 over 7. It works better as a decimal. So 14 points, a great 19-point jam there by the Blue Mountains. Timeout's over. Certainly the team would have been somewhat exhausted. We know they haven't got enough players to rotate for each pack, so someone out there has just skated that full 2 minutes. A high-intensity jam. Absolutely fantastic defense.
Endurance coming into play here. Fatigue, definitely a factor. Lightning stepping up to the line for hard, and Vicious Delicious with a chance here.
Vicious Delicious now caught way back behind the pack, though. Lightning, though, could get through. She's probably been the standout jammer for.
Yeah, and there she is continuing it for the Kamikazes. She's the lead jammer right when they needed it, Sebastian.
Yeah, this could very well stop the momentum of the Blue Mountains. And Lightning's made it through. Laughing. Vicious Delicious. That is not what the Blue Mountains needed, but exactly what the Kamikazes needed.
5 points for Lightning.
Lightning now slowing down, burning up some of the clock.
Happy to keep it going. Vicious Delicious about a quarter lap behind. Hard parked at the back. Blue Mountains at the front of this pack.
Blue Mountains strangely moving very quickly.
Trying to stay away from Lightning.
Another timeout being called by the Blue Mountains. Timeout being called by the Kamikazes. So both teams there fighting for a timeout to stop the clock.
So watching from Adelaide, Sebastian, Devil Spawn said that, jumping on our comment about refs with microphones, she said that I made a point to learn how to use a microphone. As a ref in NSO, I know is an awesome commentator. Multitasking win.
I noticed that comment comes from a referee NSO and not from an impartial person.
Devil Spawn is a very good official, no doubt.
I said referees go to referee school, we go to commentary school.
19 points in it now.
We train.
Team plays 99.
We train hard to be opinionated.
We do.
Doesn't come naturally.
Punky Brawl Star jamming for hard to put this game away.
And looks like she's going to get the inside line and go through. She's broken
Lead
through.
jammer. So Punky Brawl Star is lead for hard. Asylum Sam jamming for Blue Mountain, still on her initial pass.
Game clock's at 1:35. Jam clock's at 1:25.
So we've been watching some amazing highlights from this game as we come to the tail end. Asylum Sam, unfortunately taking a very, very hard spill on her knee. Medical professionals, we always have St. John's Ambulance or trained staff available, wanting to make sure that there was no serious damage before moving her. They've determined that now, and Asylum Sam sitting up and away from the track. 21-point lead for hard. Vic Hitter on the line to take this game home for the Three Sisters. Lightning jamming for hard. She's found a lot of success and a big part of this lead for hard. She can secure the win here. And lead jammer status awarded. Lightning and the Kamikazes nail in the coffin stuff right now.
Indeed, they took that lead. They've maintained that lead. Even when they looked under threat, they were strong. They got lead jammer when they needed it most.
They didn't wilt under the pressure. Blue Mountains were coming at them. A huge 19-point jam from Vic Hitter. Threatened and pushed close. 14 points they got within, but now Lightning in control of this jam. Period clock is inside the game clock. She only has to wait this out. Probably happy to give some points away if she wants to. Just to see the clock out. 15 seconds left. Lightning goes down. Vic Hitter picking up points, but it's not going to matter. Clock hits 0. And Lightning, hands on hips, calls it off. In the end, close game. Probably a lot closer than it should have been considering the position that hard was in. But Blue Mountain's showing a lot of heart, a lot of guts and determination to keep it close and try to make a strike. But in the end, the Kamikazes holding on 125-103. in a hard-fought but close battle. Kamikazes get their first win of the season.
And Hart have another injury over in their bench. Medical team having to leave one person.
Blue Mountains.
To come across to the Hart bench.
Blue Mountains bench.
Sorry, Blue Mountains bench.
But 125-103, the Kamikazes stay alive in the tournament here. So there is some final checks being done on the score, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. That's it. Final score, 125-103. The victors in round number 3, Hawkesbury Area Roller Derby's Kamikazes taking out the win over the Free Sisters.
Hi, I'm Susie from Sydney Derby Skates. We stock a wide range of products from all the best brands. Did you know that the Sydney Derby Skates website is up to date with stock levels and will only let you buy something if it's actually in stock? We pride ourselves on having awesome customer service and very quick delivery. Usually items are sent the very same day you place your order.
So for Down Under Derby TV, I'm the big Kahuna, and I'm very lucky to be joined by the victors of the last game here today, the hostesses with the mostesses, and the winners today for Hards Kamikazes, Captain Punky Brawlstar and Down Under Thunder. How you doing, ladies, after a big win?
Pretty excited, but pretty tired. A few of our teams sound like me because we've been pretty sick this week, but it's just exciting that the game's over and we won.
It was the first win of the season, so you must be pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, we've been practicing a few things for the last few weeks and it came together, but geez, they were hard rivals.
It was a hard-fought win. Like, one of the things that I said on the stream was that, unfortunately, they just hung around. They were there, they were niggling, it was around that 30-40 point mark, and you could never really put them away. What was the thought process like when you started getting out at the start, but just couldn't sort of nail it, you know what I mean?
Basically, we're just trying to get back to the front and slow it down and control it. We kept letting them have that last couple of people that just kept sort of pushing our jammers, and then their jammer could sneak through a couple of points. So we're really trying to get back to the front, slowing it down and controlling that speed.
Now, Thunder, one of the things, as far as that, keeping them around that 30-point mark hovering, they made one big jam where they sort of came at you. It got to 14 points. The momentum felt like it was on their side, but you stayed strong and sort of stood the test, I guess. What was the mentality of the team when it felt like they were sort of coming at you?
Okay, yeah, each jam we kept revising what we were doing. We just wanted to stay calm and focus, and basically we can do this.
Well, you did well after a big win, keeping the tournament hopes alive somewhat. So 2-1 now. You still got a chance here, at least mathematically. Your fate is in other teams' hands. If they lose, you might sneak in, but at least you're gunning for that 3rd, 4th spot.
Definitely. We're really looking forward to having a bye, getting our stuff back together, and then really hoping for a win against Inner West, but really hoping for a 3rd, 4th playoff.
It's been a great season so far in the 5x5, and harder a big reason why. Great win, ladies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
So that was the Hard Kamikazes. We'll be joined very shortly by Blue Mountains Free Sisters. And here they come. I'm very lucky to be joined by Roxy Tosin and Victoria Hitter. How are you doing after a hard game?
Weary. Yes, it was really good. We were really proud of our girls. And, yeah, they all did awesome and pulled through. We pulled it right back. So another 10 minutes, we might have just had them.
Now, Roxy Tosin, obviously you've been around a long time. You've been through some big games, but Blue Mountains are known for playing short. Today was particularly difficult. 9 players. You couldn't even put 2 separate packs out. Someone was always going back to back. How does a team like Blue Mountains prepare for something like that?
Well, we work hard. We train. We usually scrimmage with only, 6 aside. So we do get used to it. And I don't know, we just go in there, we try and do teamwork, we get used to it, we talk to each other, we reassure each other and just keep going till the end of the game and hope that we hit 100 points like that.
Now, one of the things I said to Hard was that they didn't really maximise the opportunity to put you away when they had the chance. You hung around and it's kept it around that 30-point mark, and a huge jam from Victoria Hitter went within striking distance. Tell us about that jam and what you were thinking after that.
Do I have to go around again because I didn't want to? But it was awesome, and it was looked very achievable. We could have actually taken it with another power jam. We might have just pipped them, but anyway, it wasn't to be. But we're really proud of ourselves, and everyone played an awesome game. Everyone's been stepping up and pulling it out.
It was an awesome game from Blue Mountains. They put on a show for you tonight, folks. That's it from the 5x5. Congratulations for a hard-fought game. Unfortunately, you didn't get the W, but there's always next time, right? Yeah, that's it from Windsor, folks. 5x5 Roller Derby Championship, round number 3. Round 4 coming at you next month.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just 1, but 2 armbands. That's 1 for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley.
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
I'm Susie from Sydney Derby Skates. We stock a wide range of products from all the best brands. Did you know that the Sydney Derby Skates website is up to date with stock levels and will only let you buy something if it's actually in stock? We pride ourselves on having awesome customer service and very quick delivery. Usually items are sent the very same day you place your order.